Hello everyone and welcome to video number 5. And for today's video, I want to jump right into it and talk about the Tesla stock. Now, the Tesla stock is a stock that I've been following for the past 2 to 3 years. And personally, I have purchased a couple of shares of Tesla back when it was roughly $200. And right now it is sitting at around $405. So you can see that there has been a crazy amount of growth in the last couple of years, and I can only imagine it getting higher than that. Now, what you will notice is that in the last couple of weeks, it has pulled back a couple of times. But what I did last night was I actually looked at my chart and I was able to find a support line, and it was roughly around $392 to $395. Now, what I do when stocks are kind of moving with volatility is that I don't necessarily buy additional shares right away unless I see a pretty big pullback where it's like, okay, you know what, it's affordable again, let me purchase some more. But when it's doing this up and down thing, I usually use it to analyze which contracts I can buy. And so for this week, I actually had Tesla on my options watch list, and I had been watching it for the last couple of weeks. And I finally decided to buy a contract yesterday, and I'm happy to say that I was able to sell that same contract today. So it was a swing trade. It was a one day. I didn't day trade it. I didn't sell it in this buy and sell in the same day, but I was able to buy it yesterday on the 13th and sell it today on the 14th. And the really cool thing about this is that I've been learning about watching when the stock market opens. So at 9:30 a.m. on Eastern time, I usually sit and watch to see what the market's going to do, because within the first 15 minutes, you have a pretty good indication of if the stock is going to go up or if the stock is going to go down. And in this case, when I was looking at Tesla, I was able to see that the pre-market was already showing signs of Tesla going up. So I was pretty happy about that. I was like, you know what, let me actually sit and watch this. I made myself my cup of coffee, and I was able to successfully sell my contract at a 400% increase. Now, does that always happen? No. I will be the first one to tell you that when you are trading options, you will definitely go through some losses, especially within your first year. But the real thing that you have to remember is that in order to be successful in trading options is finding a strategy that works for you. So for me, looking at the support line and waiting for the stock to get to that specific price and telling myself, okay, once it hits the support line, then I know it's going to go back up, right? There are some cases where it doesn't do that, okay? I'm not saying that I can read what's going to come out in the news. I'm not saying that I can predict the future, but what I am saying is that your technical analysis can be very, very, very accurate if you watch the patterns and if you stay consistent with trading based on your specific strategy. Now, with that being said, I'm really happy with how Tesla moved today. If I had more buying power, I actually would have sold my contract and then bought a put. So when you buy a call, you're basically saying that you believe that the price of the stock is going to go up to a certain number. If you buy a put, you're saying that you believe that the price of the stock will actually go down, and you can make money on both the up and the down. Now, I have had a couple of people ask me, can you make a video about a little bit more in depth of options trading? And I will do that. But for today's video, I wanted to actually switch it up and talk about excuses. So I know that a lot of people that are watching my videos are coming to me and they're saying, you know what, you're doing this, you have been learning about it, studying, and actually going into the stock market and making these trades and being consistent with it. But I, on the other hand, don't know anything about it. I work too much. I don't really want to spend time watching or charting or looking at any of this stuff. So, I don't think it's for me. Let me be very clear when I say this. I have a job, which I'm about to start working right now. I have a job. It's not a quote unquote 9 to 5 because the company that I actually am contracting with is on the Pacific time. So they actually are a little bit, I get to start my day a little bit later. So instead of working a 9 to 5, I'll work like an 11 to 7 or an 11 to 8. But what I will say is that as long as you have a plan for yourself, you can do multiple things. So if I want to trade in the morning, I can wake up earlier, do my trading analysis, watch the market open, go to the gym if I wanted to, come back home, start work, do work, like work my regular job. During my lunch break, I'll look at the market, see what it's doing. And you don't need a full day. You don't need a huge chunk of time to actually be profitable and know what's going on in the market. All you need is to start. You just need to literally sit down and tell yourself, okay, today I'm going to learn one of the basics, right? Start learning about the support and the resistance. Start learning about what it means to buy a share. What are you actually doing when you buy a share, right? Start looking at how the market even moves. Start looking at how to open up a brokerage account. Start with just one thing. And then I promise you that every single day, as you continue to learn, it'll get easier and you will actually spend less time learning and more time earning. And I actually said this to my boyfriend the other day. I'm pretty sure I heard it somewhere, so I'm not going to take credit for it. But I said, in the beginning, you're going to take a lot of lessons when you are learning, right? So the lessons are an L, right? You're taking a lot of lessons. You're learning though. Eventually, once you get past learning, you will start earning. So you get rid of those L's, you get rid of those losses, and you'll actually start earning and making profit. So with that being said, stay consistent, be patient with yourself, take some time to learn, stop making excuses. If I can do it, you can do it. I come from a background where financial literacy and knowing about finances is not huge. Shout out to my parents for being smart with their money, and shout out to my mom for budgeting and literally having perfect credit score, like literally perfect credit score, which is almost unheard of. But the reality is that there are certain aspects of finances that they were never exposed to or never took the time to learn. And so now, as I'm learning, I'm actually able to sit down with them and tell them certain things that I believe that they can still learn. Because another thing that I'll say is that you are never too young to teach and you are never too old to learn. And that is a famous quote by the legendary Les Brown. And I believe that that is so accurate. You're never too young to teach someone something, even if you're new in learning, right? You can still, as you learn, you can still share your knowledge with others, and hopefully others will learn with you. The same thing is if you feel like, you know what, I'm too old, like I can't do this, I can't learn how to work this Apple phone, I can't learn how to work this computer, I can't learn how to trade, I can't learn. No. I don't care how old you are, you still can learn. And so what I encourage everyone to do is start shifting your mental, like start making that shift in your mind that you can learn and that you will learn and that you will learn ways to better yourself, because it's not just about the money. What you'll realize is that as you continue to learn and you start exposing yourself to things that you didn't know about, you also start to improve your life, your lifestyle, the way that you think, the way that you nourish your body, because everything, whether you like it or not, or whether you know it or not, everything comes together. And as you start improving one thing, or as you start improving your finances, now when you go to the grocery store, you're like, instead of buying this, I can actually afford to buy something that is a little bit more expensive, but might be actually a little bit healthier for my body. So like I said, it all goes hand in hand. So I encourage you to take some time to learn. I encourage you to look at that Tesla stock that I'm talking about. Also, I encourage you to continue watching SoFi, Palantir, and NVIDIA. Those three stocks that I mentioned before are still high on my watch list. And again, if you want to learn more, continue to watch these videos. If you watch to the end, thank you so much. I appreciate you. And if you're new to my channel, go ahead and subscribe, because I will be dropping more videos like this. And I am just extremely grateful for all of the people who have tuned in and who keep coming back for more content. So that's it for today's video, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.